In this video, we will go over the basics of a blind offer campaign. To look for properties for this blind offer campaign, we are first going to import some records from our data service. To do that, we'll go to our prospecting section here. We'll go to Wizards, Find Deals Wizard. And then we're going to import from our data service. We'll define new criteria. In this particular search, we are going to use the pre-selected filters for the data service. So we won't be making any changes, but you are welcome to do so. And we're actually going to look at the map to pull those records. So we are going to go to the state of Minnesota just for training purposes. And this looks like we're in Stearns County. So let's take a closer look here. Looks like we have plenty of properties here, but what we're going to do is go ahead and kind of set a image here just to kind of get an idea. Say I want to just get the properties around Melrose. Okay, we're going to slide on down to the bottom. And you can see here you have your standard filters that are set already. We're going to hit the refresh button to see how many records we get. And in that small area in Stearns County, Minnesota, we come up with 89 records. But I'm not even going to bring in that many to proceed with this process. So I have 89 property owners. I've never pulled in any records from Stearns County, Minnesota. If I had, there'd be a number populated here. And you can see the filters that are already pre-selected for you. You are welcome to change these at any time. Every time you go in to import records through using the data service, you want to make your changes at that time. Next page here asks you how many you want to bring in. So I'm not going to bring in all 89. In this case, I'm just going to bring in 10 for training purposes. And then I'm going to set a tag on these. I'm going to set them at Stearns County, Minnesota. And then I'm going to say blind offers. And I'm actually going to go ahead and put the date here. So today's the 22nd. So we'll start with that. And I'll add that tag. Okay, so that's already there. I'm not going to assign them to a specific team member, but you are welcome to do so if you're working with a team. The next question is, well, the property records are not currently in a deal flow. Would you like to add them to a deal flow? And this is where you're able to add that blind offer deal flow. So we'll select that deal flow here, blind offer. And what deal flow status would you like to move the property records into? We're going to choose pending preliminary research because we're just getting started. And then we're going to confirm that information. All right, and next up, you get that the records have been imported successfully. Okay, so you have your new owners added will be 10, updated owners are 0 because you did not have these records in your system previously, so there's no updates coming in from the county. And then you have your remaining available credits. So it lets you know you can click to view the records, or you can simply close and go back into the main screen to look for these records. So let's just take a quick peek at the records here. Here they are. As you can see, they do not have an offer amount or an option amount or anything like that, but we do have all their information here. They are pending preliminary research, and they have that tag. Let me go ahead and add a section here for my tags. Okay, we got the tags here, Stearns County, Minnesota, blind offers, everything looks good. So we do want to go ahead and do an update on all of these records. So let's see if we can go ahead and go to actions, and go to bulk changes, and then we're going to update these. So what field would you like to update? We are going to update the offer amount. And on the next page, it's going to ask you, how would you like to create those updates? So will there be a fixed update? Same amount for everything, per property, or per acre, or percentage. So we're going to do price per acre. Going to do $2,000 per acre and confirm. And then this will refresh the screen to show you that there will be an offer amount once this is completed. And there you go. So those offer amounts have populated for our 10 records. Next, we are going to go ahead and send out this campaign. So you can select the records that you would like to send, or actually simply go to campaigns. And we can conduct a search for these blind offers. So the blind offers, again, need to be in pending preliminary research status. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a search filter to find my counties. So we're looking for Stearns County, the property county, to Stearns. And we'll do a capital S here, make sure that's right. We're going to search. And then those will come up. So as you can see here from this Stearns County filter, it's coming up with 10 here, but it does show it all in my campaign. I have 767 records that are in pending preliminary research status, but we're just going to focus on these 10 here for this filter that we created. So we're going to click all, and then I'll put all 10 of them there. We're going to use the blind offers campaign, and then we're going to simply click Start Campaign. Now, from here, it gives you an option to send them out using REI print mail or any other sources to mail those offers out. But since we do things in the classic deal flow way for the blind offers, we will go ahead and do local printer, home office, and we will be adding a wet signature to each of these. So you can collate or not collate these files. And then the way they come up here, when you click Next, you have all of the documents in a zip file, or you can go through each one individually. To give you an idea of what that looks like, I'll download all of the documents zipped, and we'll take a peek at those in just a moment here. Once you've downloaded those records, they show up here. These are downloaded records, and you can see all of those records here. So you'll have both PDF and Word documents. Here's an example of the blind offer cover letters. I'll put that screen over so you can take a peek at that. And this is just an idea of some of them. So it takes into consideration how much per acre. This must be a really small parcel of land. And then it will have your name, and you can just add that wet signature to continue on with that progress. And then you can print all of them out if you like, or you can just go through the ones that you would like to do. You also have your offers here, so you can go through each file and take a look at that as well. And then once you're ready, you can go ahead and move those records, keep them in that blind offer deal flow, so the LPG blind offer, and then you could change that status to blind offer sent. And then you can also add a tag to these if you'd like. And then click Confirm. It lets you know that your campaign has been processed successfully, and then you can view the details of that as well. And that is how you send out a blind offer campaign using the Investment Dominator 2.0.